What's up, everybody, and welcome to the weekly update. I'm Glanzer, your host. Welcome to the Glanzer Gaming Gang. Welcome in, everybody. Tattooed Jimmy James, Cat Spray, Jay gonna get you. Thank you so much for the 200 biddies. I appreciate you. We hopefully will see some sandy vaginas in the chat. If you haven't left a, not in chat, leave the sandy vaginas out of chat, please. But hey, but please jump into the forum post and post some forum posts. Try to get me going. Doing all right, thanks. Had a snow day. Nice. Japanic attacks, welcome in. Pigs a lot. Dog poo. Chill took a whooping. Man, when I saw you guys after like 14 runs, you guys had like 99 average. And I was like, ugh. Yikes. Andre 96 King, welcome back as well. Shalazar, welcome in. F Meister, welcome in, buddy. Appreciate the contributions to that stream loots pack. Was wondering if we were gonna get snow. We got snow last night, and it's just heavy and wet. And when I was pushing it this afternoon, I couldn't do my whole driveway at once. I had to do like half of it and then the other half because I just couldn't. After that amount of distance, I just couldn't push the snow. It was so heavy, and it wasn't like separating it all. It all just like was clumping together. But it's like 33 degrees right now. So it snowed, but it was cloudy, and so it didn't really. It's not quite cold enough to be snow, and it's not warm enough, and there's not enough sun to, you know, melt it and evaporate it. So it's this gross, slushy, shitty mess, and I hate it. Great snowballs, though. Great snowballs. Yeah, I had a good snow job. It's true. It's true. If I didn't have this shovel that I have, this push shovel that I have, I would be lost, man. That saves me. It saves me so much fucking time. Anyway, let's get into the last week, excuse me. Finally, for week 10. Oh, and don't forget, we're doing a giveaway for it's probably why everybody's here. We're doing a giveaway for the South Park Phone Destroyer cards. This time, it's going to be viewer choice, or winner choice, I suppose. Whoever wins gets to choose which card. We have Angel Wendy as an option. We have Satan as an option. We have Mysterion. I've given away one of each so far, so there's none that have not been given away. 24-hour F stream hype, nice. Pocket stream while I do the snow job. Dude, that was so funny. Probably why everyone's here. Nathan, no one cares about those cards. Hey, everybody loves these things. At least 9 people in chat are gonna say, I'm only here for the cards. At least 9 people. What's up, Cool Dad Shorts? But exclamation point card in chat for your chance to win whichever one you'd like. That does include, I don't know if it's in this, hold on. No, it's not. That does include a legendary version of the Coon card. So if you want the legendary version, you can grab that as well. But either way, it's gonna be fun. Exclamation point card to do that. We'll do that at the end of the giveaway. You have to be here to get that, so make sure you stick around. It's usually about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on how many dipshits there are to yell out in the forum posts. Those claws shred flesh. Bubby's actually over there laying on the couch. That's partially why I was late today. There's 3 reasons. 1, I was at work a little later than normal. 2, Bubby was on my lap. And 3, Bubby was on my lap. So those are the reasons why I was a little late. But, alright, so just like Dog Poo was saying, Chaluminati getting a nice second place versus Free-to-Play Whales Bro Down, Sweden's Army, and Kenny Dies. Unfortunate for them, but it's working out. When we look at the averages this week, Free-to-Play Whales had the 3rd highest. If you check out the score of Free-to-Play Whales and Chef's Elite, that would have been awesome to have a bracket where we were neck and neck and tied at the end. That would have been sick. But I feel like if we would have had Chefs as a bracket, neither of us would have had as many losses. I think both our teams take it a little bit more serious when we're matched up together. But Tidal Wave come in right below that, but it's still a big jump there. You see that 0.3, like, so from the first place to second place is 0.5. That's about 2 losses. 0.5 is about 0.5 on the average for 50 is about 2 losses. And if you look at the points there, yeah, it's about 30 points. So yeah. So then if you go 0.33 to 0.3, that's about 1 loss probably. So if you add 114, you'd be at 5, 30, 40, 650. Yeah, that would have been 1 loss too. So 0.3 is about 1 loss as well. So Chefs and Free-to-Play Whales would have been right below Dire Tide. And then Tidal Wave, that's like 0.7, so that's like 3 losses probably. So they would have been quite a bit below. Yeah, they're down by what, 20 points to 90, so 70. Yeah, it works out. I mean, it could be just a bunch of 112s too. Like, it only takes what, 7 people getting 112 to equal 1 loss. So you could have just a fuck ton of 112s too. You had 4 losses. Okay, yeah. That checks out. Because we had 3? No. Yeah, we had 3. Yeah, that checks out then. Oh, well, I guess, yeah, the difference is we have 113.04 is with 48 people, and then 112.36 is with 50, so it'll be slightly different. With the Mercenaries, I don't think I've seen Mercenaries on the top average for a while, so good for them, running good. And 6 Samurais and Szechuan sauce sneaking up on you. Always running pretty well. I mean, they're never 112, 113 typically, but they're always up there. So they're definitely climbing the ranks, probably winning their bracket every time. You had 5 losses? Okay. Gotcha. Well, yeah, like I said, it could be a bunch of 112s or something too that throw off the average, so it's hard to know exactly, but yeah. And then we look at the current scores. Doesn't look like anybody changed position this week. Unless it just did an update, but Dire Tide is still 10 with Tidal Wave, I believe. Oh yeah, Tidal Wave's right above them. With a good lead above Mercenaries now. That's cool. It was interesting. Those two are like right next to each other earlier. Tidal Wave might catch up to Spain Park here pretty soon. We'll see. French Family, super close to Spain Park. Szechuan Sauce doing well in their brackets. TMI doing well. And then still about 300 difference there. And it looks like Illuminati's still about 20, 30. They're hanging about 20 to 30. Depending on if Chefs takes a loss or not. We were 5th like 3 to 4 weeks ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right below TMI, yeah, that jump between TMI is a bunch. Hey, Warped, what's up, buddy? Sauce is catching TMI. Yeah, because that's where the difference in the caps is actually starting to make a difference, because TMI runs under that 41-man mark. So instead of losing 15 per week, they're losing like 24, 30 or something like that per week. So if TMI gets first and Szechuan gets first, Szechuan's still making like 30 points on him every time. So yeah, it's only a matter of time if Szechuan keeps getting first at like 45 or wherever it is, 43 I think they were at, then yeah, they'll catch TMI pretty quickly. Pretty not exciting stuff, to be honest. 45 a week? Yeah, that sounds right. Balance will soon be restored. Elu's catching up to Chefs. Yeah. Well, they keep going back and forth, and I mean, inevitably Dire Tide is gonna catch a win on Illuminati. And knock them down by 50 points. So even if Illuminati catches up, goes ahead by 10, 20, the first time they lose, then they're down by 30 points again. So pretty much, and then they have to win 3-4 weeks in a row to make up for it. So that's always the thing. Like if you're this system, if you're guaranteed the first place, you're gonna catch up to people that are lower than you. But one loss makes up for like 5 weeks of, or 1 second place, God forbid third place, makes up for like 1 whole week or 1 whole month of difference in that those, you know, the each week you get, it's like 15 points different, right? So if we have, well, you get like, it's like 17 points really, because you get 1 point per 100 score. So if you have 2 more people on your team, like if you're running 48, if you have 2 more people on your team, you're just naturally going to get 2 more points. And then from 41 to 49 points, you lose 15 points out of just like your bracket wins. Like instead of getting 100 points per win, you get like 75 or whatever, 65, whatever the fuck it is, 85. It depends on how many people you have. Only 3-point loss. Only 3 points loss. Yeah, it was good. Well, Illuminati only lost 6 points, so they didn't have a loss. And then Dire Tide, what? That's 1 loss? Could be 2 losses. Could be 1 loss and a bunch of 112s, but more likely you have a bunch of 114s. All right, let's check out the games from last week. We had some interesting ones on Moody. Yeah, most likely 2 losses. Probably Hirsch getting another 85. All right, let's start her up. We got Marilyn Manson, which is a sweet Marilyn Manson nachos. Marilyn Manson chaos. I mean, that's a pretty sweet new kid. You got to give that guy credit. You got to give that guy credit. Nice fart. Nice fart. I mean, why does he have to be mad? I got a level 2 chaos for you, bro. I like Marilyn Manson nachos. I think Marilyn Manson nachos would really be a killer at the local pub. You do like nachos, but you do like when you put you make it like a huge plate of them, and when you put the ingredients out, you make like a star. You make like a pentagram with them. So you put like salsa in one corner, and that's one point of the star, and then you got like guac, you got sour cream, you got cheese. Is this dumb bitch even trying? No, he saw my rank and he folded like a paper towel. I apologize for the BlueStacks logo there on the right side. I forgot to close that. Retro Ghoulie, welcome, buddy. Love me some nachos though, I don't care what shape. Dude, we got this local dive that me and my girlfriend used to live. Before we moved into the house, we used to live like literally a block that way and 2 blocks down a highway. Or it's not even a highway, it's like a weird offshoot at the end of town basically. But you get to this hole in the wall fucking, well, it's not actually a hole in the wall anymore. They just built a new building, but it used to be a hole in the wall it used to be a gas station, and then it became a diner. And when they get there, I can't remember what they call it, like Bubba's big ass nachos or some shit like that. But when you get their nachos, it's literally like a casserole dish, like a glass one that you have at home, just absolutely full of chips and shit. It's fucking awesome. You don't have that trouble where it's like, you know, one plate and you have like some of the stuff and it's like all falling apart. Look at that, Ike. Murdered it. Hey, BK all day, welcome back. Welcome back. I'd kick an MF off my team if I knew you didn't try. I mean, I can understand it, especially in Wood League. But yeah, if you're in Gold League and you're not at least trying to stop the guy from getting all 3 points. So where's that? What level was that? Classy? That was a level 2 Classy, and Ike just absolutely ate through him. Classy, actually, Moody loses to a Classy. It's kind of funny. Top of the chef's contestants open a restaurant near me, and his nachos are on an entire tray, like high school style. Nice. Yeah, there was one place. We used to, in my fraternity, we used to do dive team, where we would, on Fridays, the fraternity would pay for our meal and we would go out to we would, you know, possibly drive up to an hour to local dives around the area, because we live in a town of maybe like 10,000 people and all the students are here, and we have some pretty good restaurants. But in the surrounding area, in some of the like 800 people towns, there's some restaurants. There's at least one restaurant in each one of those towns, and some of them are pretty dope. So we'd go to those, and one of the places was called Bob's Bar, and when you got like fries or cheese balls or tater tots or something like that, it literally came on a trash can lid. And the burgers were like as big as a plate. Like, it was the most ridiculous thing. Like, you buy one meal and it feeds like 4 people, and I'm not even exaggerating. It was hilarious. Hey, Bubby. Hey, Albert. Hey, Albie Alberson. We got a little Bubby. Say hello, Bubby. Say hello. Say hello. You like the big bright light? Alright, Bubba, get out of here. My hometown has a place called Spinners. Spinners sounds familiar. Is that are you talking about that strip club with the shrimp? What's up, Irish? What's up? Exclamation point card to get in on the giveaway. For the card. We got Top Mimer 12. Lead with that Zen. Always a good choice to lead with the Zen. Elvis, knock it off. What are you doing? He thought the same way. All my cards were going up yet that day. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I played him to go down. It was really strange. See, he should have gone down there too. I don't know, it was weird. Unholy on the Zen. Not a terrible play this week, actually. There's not a whole lot of unholy targets, but you don't want... I fucked that up. I should have just hit him instead of using my ability. You don't want... I would only do it if I had like a push on the doorstep, you know? Because especially when... Why would you use Zen's ability then? What a dummy. He should just like wasted the swashbuckler. I could have used that to slow him, but I didn't want him to be slowed, because then that slowed them walking into me, and I wanted it obviously on my side of the field. So right here I'm feeling a little scared, but we use that Inkin to clean out. Not bad, not bad at all. Top Mimer is real mad. As not skinny chicks with dicks. What? My hometown has a place called Glanzer's Handjobs and Ham Sandwiches. That's real funny. What are the odds? Maybe it's my box skin. That's true. Could be the little flag. We got that DAR ready. We could probably, like, so the level 6 Friar negates the new kid. He actually heals more than new kid. You'll see his health actually get higher and higher every time new kid hits him. I forgot that the fucking Dougie's only level 3 and wasn't gonna do shit, but it ended up working out. He removed my goddamn Inkin. I was really upset about that. I was like, what are you doing? And then he doesn't defend the butt naked Ike. Like, what is that all about? The reason I played Ike is because I was like, the only reason that you would play that card is if you had no fucking energy and you had like Dar's swashbuckler in your hand or some shit. Boom! Fuck swashbuckler! Fuck swashbuckler! Beady beady beat, beady beat. I should have lightning bolted the Friar. Should have lightning bolted the Friar, but we took him out anyway. The guy was so salty. I sniped Inkin in 2 out of my 3 games. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty easy to tell. I tried once, but I was like floating, but I didn't have the energy to do it, so I didn't pull the trigger. Didn't want to be a little late. Look like a moron. But I mean, really, even after the damage comes out, if it's like a level 4 Inkin, it's still a lot of fucking health to get rid of, so it's not the worst snipe to miss, but Definitely sucks. Third opponent played Medusa. Alright, so we're just gonna push the issue here a little bit. We're not gonna use that. I could have probably used Poseidon and saved the choir boy, and maybe the choir boy would have killed the Hermes, but I was just kind of focused on getting it on my side. The swashbuckler play there is just hilarious. The goal is to wait till he uses his ability, then use the Incan. So then we have a chance to kill the... This hand is fucking terrible. Look at this. I should really get the Dar out, but honestly, I wasn't mad about this position because I could just heal anything he puts out. All right, we smoke that. Big push. Heal the Ike, that one hit. Nicely done. Nicely done. Stunting on him with the emote. And Ike taking a bar and a half. Nicely done. Can you heal, Sharon? Can you heal? Nice. He shouldn't have played a card. I think his new kid might have actually dealt with it. Don't have to play anything there. Play the Dougie. Stunt on them with the Dougie. Sharon's still alive somehow. I don't know what happened there. Dougie! Dougie! Let's go! Dougie level 3! Let's go! Fucking hilarious. Play the choir boy, remove whatever he puts out. But he doesn't got anything. So one thing I've realized in Team Wars, and I notice it the most in Moody's games usually, if you don't, if like the epic assassins are an option, like choir boy Hermes, and you don't have them level 5 and the opponent does, you have a huge disadvantage. It's a huge disadvantage. Like to the point where that's one of the most important upgrades to get. Level 3 Incans are cute, right? You have to be like careful about when you use it. So I don't know what estrogen dragon. I don't know what estrogen dragon is doing here. He didn't play a card. And then he throws a bunch of okay leveled shit at me. Was not expecting the fireball, but deftly handled the fireball, I would say. It's estrogen dragon. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. Famous D ranker. No, I think he's just got 11,000 accounts. Because this, like, I mean, his team could just suck too. And so his team couldn't get the cards to a good rank. I don't know. But I know he's got like 40,000 accounts. Don't hurt the dragon name. Says Dr. Dragon Gonads. I always sigh when he plays. Now that's a pretty good use of the swashbuckler. If that was a higher level, the fucking removal on the Ike's hilarious. If that was a higher level choir boy or Hermes, whichever one it was, it would have been actually. He probably would have taken that bar, honestly, because that thing would have just ate through my guys. We're gonna play this swashbuckler in the back because honestly, we just didn't have another play, and because it's a low level, a base level Poseidon, my level 3 swash was just fine. Now we picked Angel over Sharon for 2 reasons. One, Angel, a little bit less punishing if she gets lightning bolted. Sharon was just pretty much the only lightning bolt target, so she was just gonna eat the lightning bolt. And Angel has a longer range than Sharon does and doesn't force you to kind of play close by. Like, and she can like reach all the way to like a Dougie that's, you know, that's diving. And you see that in one of my other games where I save a Dougie. Level 3 swashbuckler. That's what we did. We took that was our upgrade, was level 3 swashbuckler. Dead +1. Most other teams it would probably just be dead, but we could bring it up 1 because everything else was fucking max 7. But yeah, the Angel's range is fairly good, I think, in my opinion. And especially at level 7. At level 7, she actually survives base level 5, or sorry, max level 4 Incan Blast, and potentially base level 5 actually. I don't think it goes up in damage over that. So it survives that Incan Blast, and yeah, we have 5. So base level 5 even doesn't kill it, because when I was practicing and I was going up against other people, what a fucking Incan, I love that shit. When I was going up against people, drop the Incan and snipe his fucking defense. God damn it, I'm the greatest. God damn it, I'm the greatest. She's my first level 7. Dude, she's great. It's a good fireball there. Gotta give him props where props is due there. I'm gonna play the Poseidon just to kill that Ike that was murdering my Zen. But we do have the Dark Angel potentially in place. I'm not gonna use the Zen because I want Zen to waddle his ass forward. Oh, ballsy. I could have grabbed the Poseidon there. Didn't want to wait though. Missed the hit on his Incan, but it's only level 3, so not a big deal. Probably Wendy here is what I should have played, but I didn't feel like I needed to spend any energy because we were murdering. Wanted to keep the energy in case it was a good removal. Now that he committed, we'll play the Angel to keep our bitches alive. Zen's probably dead. We'll play the Dougie right when the bar's about to hit. This top corner here gets protected. So even if the bar blew up and Dougie's right here, this corner, it's a circle blast. So these edges don't get hit by the blast, so you don't have to worry about it. Hey, what up, Wolf? Just got her to enough to get her to 6. Yeah, nice. Problem is it takes like a month to get 300 copies. All right, we got Prophet immediately getting lightning bolted, so good play on his part. That would mean my potential Sharon could wreak some havoc though. So we know there's no... What was lightning bolt's counter? I can't remember. Was it lightning bolt versus fireball? Is that what it was? So we could lightning bolt the Sharon, and we do. Once again, I shouldn't use my ability there, but it wouldn't have mattered because Friar would have healed up all the damage by the time he gets into battle anyway, so no big deal. We're gonna play the Angel just to get the charge ready. We have the Incan, but we're gonna play Poseidon just outside of Zen's range to deal with him. Use the heal. Nicely done. Use the slow. All right, we got 2 level 6s coming at us. Nice fireball. The fireball does kill the Wendy by quite a bit, so even level 5 fireball I think kills her. Now this push is getting dicey here. What's gonna happen? We do have Friar in the middle, but we're gonna make sure our defense stays strong, and we're gonna dar the Zen, and our level 7s are gonna take over from there. Friar 19 apiece on the Poseidon. We're going balls deep here because our guys really survive the blast. That does slow new kids, so it's definitely worth doing. The classy level 4 getting classy. Now, like I said earlier, the Friar doesn't get damaged by new kid, so we probably just lightning bolt the Sharon here. Right now I'm just slow playing, just kind of feeling it out. Just feeling it out. This classy's gonna take a bar here, I think. Because I didn't really... She would have one-shot the choir boy, so I didn't want to just play him and he died, you know? Classy's a bad investment of 5 energy, so just feeding the bar there felt better. Alright, Moody's turn. Did finally remember to do my epic request yesterday. Oh, nice. Jam and Tea. I mean, I've played since like worldwide release. The Adventure Lock account is like July that next year, so like 8 months in I made the Adventure Lock. I think there's quite a few people on my team I know that were in the pre-alpha launch. They VPN to whatever countries it was in, and so they have a few. I don't think it's months. I think it's a few weeks that they have on me. Soft launch. That might have been. Yeah, I don't know if there was a beta before that or if that was considered the beta. That might have been considered the beta. Wow, the level 1 Medusa, in my opinion, isn't even worth playing. Like, man, this guy's in gold and he's got level 1 Medusa. Was that the, like, did their team just not level Medusa? Doesn't really make sense to me to not level up your, like, the, like, key legendary card in the whole deck. Oh, no. Can we pull the Hermes? Ah, nice. Pulled them across. Nicely done. The Dougie not getting there, but Sharon. Oh, I thought Sharon was hitting New Kid there. Shucks. We got Miguel MTZ, which is an Incan plus Lightning Bolt away. I don't know how much damage Unholy does at level 3. I don't know how much damage Incan does, but we're going to pull the Dougie. And unfortunately, the Dougie's attack animation must start, like that was a perfect setup too. The Dougie's attack animation must start a little bit, we're healing New Kid here, which is nice. Must start, we walked right into the fireball there, so that was bad. But it must start like way further away from New Kid than I think. Because Swashbuckler won't you won't stop your animation. It's just your next attack animation will taunt. And so even if, I don't know exactly when the taunt starts though either. She's got this weird little trigger animation. I don't know if it starts. Like Bradley shit, even though Bradley has a little bit of a animation, like a war cry if you will, like a Jimmy war cry thing. Jimmy's stuff doesn't apply until he does his little war cry. The Bradley's shit applies immediately. Lightning Bolt! Go, Moody, go, Moody, go! Odaru, what's up, buddy? You started November 2017? That's when I started, yeah. November, like, 14th or something, was it? That was too bad. Make sure to welcome Kenny Atta, what's up? He's from my alt gang, don't matter, Team Wars there. Well, that's good. I don't feel so bad then. It was a good match, though. That match should have happened in Silver League though. We're just gonna remove the Medusa, which is pretty much the only removal target for Unholy, at least the only one that's really fair. Now this is kind of a fireball target, but with the Sharon it kind of helps us out. We walk right into this fucking Dougie, but sometimes you just gotta give up the bar. Sometimes you just got to give up the bar to Dougie. Boo, boo, boo. All right, we got the good slowdown here. Now remember that Poseidon does slow down New Kid, so it is useful to use him on an empty field. He used the fireball, which is one of the targets, or one of the removals for the Dougie. We do that on the Ike. So if your Ike is slow, definitely don't use his ability. We're seeing if we can pull so the Sharon can finish off, but the Friar heal might be enough to counter. No, Sharon, keep going. Oh, Friar keeping him alive for one more hit, but then Friar's heal gets too far behind and Sharon heals. So Moody doing pretty well here. We got Jaguar from Apologize. Check your in-game achievements. No, if you check your phone messages from when it actually has a date from when Cartman messaged you for the first time. That'll give you the more accurate date. I'm not sure what the maybe you could in Google Play itself. I bet you there is an like achievement, like when you got the achievement. I bet you there is somewhere. I was drinking that weekend and allowed myself to be convinced to try it, but that's all I remember. Who convinced you to try it? Somebody in real life. That's pretty cool. I just like, I don't remember where I found it, but I remember seeing it, and I liked Fractured Butthole, or I guess at that point Fractured Butthole wasn't out yet. But I just remember following it and saying like, oh yeah, I'll play that. And I knew the type of game it was gonna be, like, you know, the grindy pay to win type of thing. And I was like, okay, I only play these games if I'm in it right away. So I was like, I want to play from the start. And then I was always like, I'm gonna do what it takes to be never the best, because I understand people spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But I was like, I'll spend whatever it takes to be, you know, relevant. It was an in-game ad for another game. Nice. That's cool that those in-game ads pull people. The Dougie here, real frustrating. I wish the Zen, well, no, that was, I can't remember what game this is. I think this is the one where Classy kicks my ass. But the level 3 Medusa right off the bat is kind of tough for me to deal with. I should have tried to remove them. I wasn't thinking. But we can pull the Heidi here, which is going to help our Friar out. We're going to do a little, oh, we didn't get the slow. That was dumb. I should have just played the Smuggler. I should have played the Smuggler earlier. See, this is what was bullshit to me. When Classy killed my Ike, I lost. Classy should, yeah, see, I lost. Classy should have, and I should have done the same thing there where I just give up that first bar and hope to come back. I probably could have come back, but fucking Classy just got the fucking jump on me. But Classy should have died to the Ike probably. Classy should have attacked the Zen first. Ike would have hit him a couple times. That was a sick fucking inking though. It was a nice Classy play. Saw a thread on our Denmark subreddit that told everyone that the beta alpha or whatever had opened access to Scandinavia. Nice. Yeah, it was. They're in Helsinki, so it was that area first. Winkin'. Lead with the Dougie just to kind of see what he does. It was a good play on his part, but that does. See, I don't know why you would play your Dougie then. Like in that situation, he has a good advantage because he dealt with 4 with 2, and he should have just let my Zen walk into him, put his Zen behind me. His Zen would have met my Zen like here instead of meeting it here where it does. I guess he gets the taunt off. Yeah, Dougie's not a bad lead even if he's low, just because like if, you know, forces him to play into you. Might be able to like make him, one, it could make him play something that isn't necessarily good, because like he just doesn't have any other options. I played right into the fucking ink in there. That was a big mistake. That was a big mistake, but we get the slow out. The level 5 Hermes scared me a bit. The level 3 inking, but this is the game where one of the games where I came to that realization, like, damn, missing those level 5 epics is like a big fucking deal. A big fucking deal. Now this is great healing done. The level 6 Sharon though, pretty strong. So lightning bolt target for sure, but we got to make sure that we deal with everything over here. Hopefully our Hermes can clear at least. Like Swashbuckler there wouldn't have been terrible, but with the, this is trouble, guys. This is trouble. We're gonna use the Swashbuckler. Hopefully Swashbuckler can heal us, but no, his attacks still get off. The Ike saving us. No. Oh, but the Dougie turned around. Now the Dougie doesn't have the speed. Dougie's heading back towards New Kid. We dealt with the Dougie. The flustered cuck surviving a little longer, playing our shitty Dougie, but he gets hit by the Swashbuckler 2. Unfortunately, we play Not unfortunately, but we play this bitch. Hopefully we can out damage the heal from the Friar. Yes, we can. We put our Friar out to hopefully keep our Zen alive. He puts his Zen out. We are in trouble. At this point, it's like, well, game over. This is your Incan victory. Congratulations, Mitch Moore, but where is his Incan? And can we sneak a bar before he gets to us? We're waiting on the Poseidon for one more card. We get it on the Incan. The Incan is going to be slow. He played the one lightning bolt target we had is the the Hermes. If he wouldn't have played the Sally, I think New Kid would have dealt with that by himself. So Moody surviving a bit longer. We have the Swashbuckler coming. I should have tried to heal the Sharon there. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. The Swashbuckler protecting from the level. Oh man, that level 5 really killed me. Yes, I'm sure he wanted the Incan there, but he fucked it up because the Incan walked forward towards him. I shouldn't have played the Dougie. If the Dougie was 6, this would have been a good play. I was so dumb to play the Dougie. I was just thinking it was higher level. We got 19 seconds. Is Moody gonna survive? The guy's got 11 energy out there, even more. Now he's got more like 20. Can the Dar? Oh, it hits him. It gets the Hermes. The Dar Incan protecting. This guy thought he had it in the bag, and we steal it from him. Moody surviving. That was 2v2. Or I had 2 losses and 2 wins. And I'd had that draw, and now I'm at 2 losses, 2 wins again on this game. It was easy to draw. Any week with Zen, it's pretty easy to catch a draw, especially with 2 double removal spells. Tough. He freaked out and stayed silent as got the bar back. Yeah, he was laughing. He was having a good time. We're gonna use some fancy. Nope. This guy, 2105. I mean. You can't hate on him for quitting. Poor guy. He just wants to get a point for his team. I was gonna Dark Angel him. I was like, no, I should Dark Angel him. It's just oh, look at this shit. Boom! I wanted to snipe that Dougie so hard. It would have been fucking legendary. But the Dar does double back and kills the Dougie. Odoru. Yeah, I like doing the how are the upgrades on Moody? Not bad. Let's go look back at some of the levels. Lightning Bolt 5, Sharon 5. Sharon could have been 6. I think we did level her to 6. Hermes, I think we just brought to 4. Swashbuckler. See, Swash we might have had higher. I can't remember. Incan 3 is not bad. Friar could have been 6. Poseidon could have been 6. Poseidon was only 5. They were both 5. But otherwise pretty good. All right, so that is last week's games. We had a pretty good week. I want to leave. Okay. I had a pretty good week. A couple losses on Moody, but what can you do? There was one loss I didn't show. It was someone from Szechuan Sauce with level 5 legends. So it was like, nah. I should do some giveaways for the merch, LaForce. What do you think about that? We should do a free-to-play hoodie giveaway. Now that's an adventure. But speaking of giveaways, exclamation point card to join in on the giveaway right at the tip of that robot penis. Exclamation point card for the giveaway for whichever South Park card you want. You get to pick which one you like. I have a bunch that I haven't shipped out yet. So don't feel bad if you haven't gotten them. I still have Candyman, Satan. I have Amazing Junks, Mysterion, Irish. I still have your Man Bear Pig, and the Firmex. I still have Angel Wendy. I have the addresses and shit. I just need to get them sent out. Can you autograph it too, Glance? Yeah, I usually send a little personalized note. It's really cute. Real cute shit, man. And I guess my John Hancock, I guess my Herbie Hancock will be on it as well. Zickovold, welcome. Howdy, I won't be able to stay for long when I am here. Oh, that's too bad, but welcome in. This will be on YouTube if you want to catch up what you missed. I think I did it, but wanted to make sure. Oh, by the way, did anybody take all the bars with Ike, or did we have like a runner-up? I think Friar Pop actually had a pretty close one, but nobody. I wonder if anybody has anything close. I'll probably make a post on Facebook and ask people to post whatever was closest, like even if you took 2 bars, and probably at least give out one gift card on there. So make sure you check out the fan page on Facebook. Never got anyone to accept a friendly when I tried. Damn it! Yeah, it's hard in Namblings and stuff. It's hard to know when people are playing, and a lot of people don't want to waste time playing when they're not getting rewards and shit. You know what I'm saying? But let's look ahead to next week. My Ike was base level 4, and I took 3 bars with it in 1 big dick swing. Nice. Big dick swingers. I guess what you could do is, if he got stuck on Zen, and the Zen was getting combo healed by Friar and Sharon, who was attacking your Zen, and then when Ike gets stacked, where he would just like melt Zen, he gets swashbucklered all the way across the map, away from Zen, chases Swashbuckler back across the map, and then gets taunted by Zen again, and then heads to New Kid, and then maybe. I had that happen in practice. Jaw Warriors, I got to plus 256. Nice. Santa Hanky, that's true. You could have Santa. Yeah, that's how it all happened. Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. All right, let's check out the deck for next week, guys. First off, I'd like to say a big fuck you to Red Links for including Mr. Hat. I know they have a penchant for adding the newest card, but when the newest card has an obvious fucking obvious fucking bug, that's just frustrating. Anyway, let me move this slightly. All right, so let's look at the deck for this week. We have a combination fantasy, superhero, sci-fi, looks like is what it's going to be this week. A couple of neutral cards mixed in. I'm just going to say that right off the bat, Adventure Lock is fucked. The bug is basically Irish, so it targets a card, right? And it targets that card until that card dies, but because of the death animation, it doesn't stop when the card dies. It stops when the card's death animation triggers. So if you have, let's say Gizmo Ike, you're all attacking this one spot. The guy dies, they'll keep attacking that one spot until their body's dead, and then they'll keep going. Sometimes you can use it to your advantage, so it's not the worst thing. But when you're right by New Kid, you can definitely, like, it's apparent because you're missing the, it's apparent because you're missing the, you should be attacking New Kid right away, and that you could have time to defend. I think the new card's pretty good. It kind of does its job, but it's like, it takes so much setup. Like, it takes a couple units to be there. And if it's on their side of the field, they can just play units to kind of body block and get in the way, which can be detrimental to you as well. It's really good on defense. Literally any card in the game will die to visitors before the card gets there. So if somebody leads with 6-element Randy, you could play just visitors, wait for the visitors, play Mr. Hat when they're in range, and they'll kill him before he gets anywhere near them. So it's kind of interesting. Did anyone bought it to 5? I don't know if anybody bought it. I was thinking about buying it to at least 3, or at least 4, I mean, but But yeah, I'm sure it'll get fixed pretty quickly. Anyway, so this week I like Shield Maiden I always like Shield Maiden in Team Wars just because, like, you know, being able to block the bar damage, being able to block, you know, technically you could block the Cyborg Kenny if they play Cyborg Kenny. You could block the Grand Wizard Cartman damage. You could block the AQR. If you see AQR come out, you could block that damage. So I like that, but also there's no real removal. So 6-element Randy is going to be pretty strong. Or excuse me, there is removal, but there's 2 removal targets. There's 6-element Randy plus Coon plus Grand Wizard Cartman. So if you lead with Grand Wizard Cartman, then you have 6-element Randy there to kick ass. If you lead with Randy, they have 6-element Randy. But the thing there would be, the alternate would be to play AQR on that target, and so he'd die eventually. But I mean, AQR on Grand Wizard Cartman is still gonna take a long time for that guy to die, so I'm not too worried about it. You know, there's teams out there that'll choose him. I mean, sure, for early levels, I don't think he's the bad choice. And in my opinion, I think he might be the choice this week. Just play him base, because him base does have the outside shot of being a useful card, but Critters doesn't. The Critters, like Critters level 2's cap is just like not worth killing anything. Maybe a rat or a gnome or something. But yeah, overall, I think Shield Main Wendy's probably a better card. But if you don't play 6-element Randy, then this slot is worthless almost. Because you can call girl it back, but you're probably going to want to run Mecha anyway. But Mecha is going to be the AQR target then. So if you like, so the goal would be you play Coon. Maybe you play Coon. If you run Call Girl, you play Coon with the Mysterium. That might work. But if you run Grand Wizard Cartman, you play the Grand Wizard Cartman, you hope for the Transmog. The Transmog comes out, then you play Mecha. When you play Mecha, he gets AQR'd. When he gets AQR'd, you play the 6-element Randy, and then there's nothing to stop you 6-element Randy, really. Cyborg slows him down a bit, but if there's nothing to really kill the Randy, the robots aren't going to kill him. So just don't play any assassin near your Randy for the mind control, really. But yeah, it'll kind of depend on the makeup of your deck. If you do go Call Girl, Coon, Mysterion, it's probably fine to run. Then you probably want to run Call Girl. The double Wendy isn't gonna bug you really when one's Call Girl, one's Shield Maiden. You can probably get away with that, but well, I guess you could do. I guess one way you could do it is do Call Girl. Use Call Girl to bring back Mysterion, right? To bring in Mysterion early if you can. That's a pretty solid play. Maybe get the Transmog on the Mysterion early, then your Coon or your 6-element Randy then can. There's really not much to stop it at that point. That would maybe be the better choice. But yeah, if you can Call Girl in the Coon and they Transmog the Coon, then you still have the really good Call Girl value, but the removal is basically like if you remove the Coon, it's like free energy for me, kind of, because I got him for free, you know. Just hope someone tries to Transmog one of my gnomes. LOL. That's so funny. Play 6 on hope for trans and laugh with Mysterion. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And honestly, if you lead Mysterion and they Transmog it, then like what the fuck are they gonna do to stop if you played both of those cards? Like you don't want to play them at the same time and they just get AQR'd, but get the AQR on one and the other one set, and by the time the battle's over, like that AQR damage is still slow. It'll probably be base level 6 most likely, maybe even base level 5, and it won't be very fast. So yeah, Transmog is obviously the target with the 6-element Randy and the Grand Wizard options. You need that Transmog, and you're saving caps because you don't have to level it. Visitors is the choice here, especially if you go Mr. Hat. Mr. Hat and the visitors are murder. So that's a potential way to deal with the 6 element Randy, I guess, is to run that. So I guess it's not... You add gnomes into that equation, and that's fucking gnomes or rats. That's a lot of damage to deal with him. So I guess the Mr. Hat, even though he's bugged, the bug doesn't... I played Mr. Hat. When I put Mr. Hat in my deck, I was running a 5-point deck, and I went undefeated for 10 games because he was so fucking bonkers good. And I think he's useful. In Team Wars, he might be pretty useful. Even at level 1, or I guess it'd be 2, right? Yeah, even at level 2, it's still like 50 some extra damage. If that's on rats, it's pretty good. There's nothing like Inkin or something to kill him. Better than critters. Like critters, your teammates could misplay and kill somebody and not get any value, and critters just gets removed. Like I think critters has a lot of misplay potential, whereas Garrison, like, if nothing else, somebody's gonna fucking die. Somebody's dying. Unless you play it real stupid, but I usually play it just butt naked when there's one guy coming at you. Play it with your one card, your mecha or something, and you'll beat the shit out of them. But yeah, transmog, visitors, AQR to deal with the mecha is pretty much why I would run them. Also, like if they end up getting a big push on defense, like the gnomes, the rats, a couple other units out, you could play the AQR for defense there. We talked about this one. Mecha, I think Mecha Shield Maiden is probably the best deck. I don't really like the idea of having to have Call Girl at the right time with the Coon and the Mysterion and shit like that. I don't really like that. I like the idea of playing Call Girl whenever the fuck I want, or Wendy, Shield Maiden Wendy whenever I want, and pretty much Mecha whenever I want. Mecha's only real threat is the AQR, which he'll still get at least one mind control off, and Shield Maiden doesn't really have any threats in this deck at all. In fact, she counters a lot of the cards here, so I'm feeling the Shield Maiden over Mecha, and Mecha in my opinion. And then you run Grand Wizard, and you see if you can get that removal on the mecha. And if you get the transmog on the mecha, then your Grand Wizard's ready to go. Why not? Why not? A lot of caps though in that one, but caps should be pretty good by now. And mecha you can go lower. Like mecha, you could run it level 3, probably fine. Call Girl, I guess you could also run lower level 2, but Call Girl you'd want to have a higher level, because most likely if Call Girl brings back the Coon, Coon's just going to get removed. Parents will just get poisoned, yeah. Well, visitors will just get poisoned too, but like, you want that, like that's fine. You play them on defense, they'll still get, if you play them right, even if they get poisoned immediately when you lay them, they'll still get 3-4 attacks off before they die. Poison's not fast. It takes pretty much all the ticks to kill the visitors, so it's like what, 10 seconds or something? I think Hat's the goal here. You could run the critters though and level the critters, and then it's kind of like an AQR counter where they play AQR and you just eat the person that they, like let's say they AQR mecha, and you can just eat the mecha when he's about to die, and then boom, you have mecha stats. Not bad. Yeah, exactly what LaForce just said. That's weird we said that at the same time. I like the poison this week just to be able to easily kill the visitors. You never know when like visitors are what make Mr. Hat really good. So by neutralizing the visitors, you also neutralize the hat if it's in their deck, in my opinion. Obviously the rats can get a lot of value as well. The rats and gnomes. You might see some hamsters though, but if you're running Hat, you definitely want to run the gnomes. I like the Mysterion this week, but that transmog is kind of scary. But if they transmog Mysterion, fuck them. So yeah, Mysterion's gonna be the choice, even lower level. He's just the perpetual value you get from him is just too valuable. Then probably Nelly. honestly, this week, instead of mosquito, I mean, I guess if you run the coon, you might want to have the mosquito. But I was thinking Nelly for the potential rats or gnomes. Or hamsters, too. She's actually not good to play against the visitors because she knocks them out of her range. It's kind of annoying. You lay poison on something already hit with AQR, the damage stops when spell wears off. Yeah, the poison's weird. Poison will like override itself and like not. I don't actually know if that's true, LaForce. I think what happens is, well, no. I know that if you play poison, the spell, and then you play AQR, the poison will stop with the poison spell. The only poison damage you will do is the poison spell damage, but the card will stay purple. Because of the AQR spell, the card will stay purple, but he'll stop taking damage. And then opposite, what I thought happens, if you hit somebody who's AQR'd with poison, you wasted the poison. The poison does absolutely nothing. That's what I thought happened. I could be wrong. Gnomes versus hamsters. Hamsters don't get killed by the poison or super fart. Hamsters really counters the cyborg, but I mean, the gnomes counter the cyborg just as well. Hamsters don't get boosted by the hat. Hamsters don't get AQR'd. Hamsters don't get hit by Grand Wizard Cartman ability. But I think more people are going to have the gnomes at a higher level. And they're probably going to win the day just because the amount of damage they can do against like your 6-element Randy or whatever. So gnomes are probably going to be the choice. They're the same rarity, so that doesn't change anything either. And then rats versus Astro. I think you got to go with rats if you're running hat, obviously. But I don't hate Astro. That speed boost can be really helpful, but the speed boost can also hurt you sometimes too. The rats. I think the rats are good. I think my way is right, because it's exactly how shields work. Like if you think about it conceptually, it's the exact same issues that shields have. If you didn't know what happens on a shield, if I use Shield Maiden's shield, and then I use Kyle of the Drow Elves shield on the Shield Maiden's shield, when the Shield Maiden's first shield is over, she starts taking damage. She stops shielding herself, but she will still visually have the shield of the Kyle of the Drow Elves. You see this a lot with the Paladin because you can't time it right, where the Paladin shield will hit the Shield Maiden right before the Shield Maiden's shield is about to be done, and she'll be shielded, but she'll take damage. So that's the same thing with the poison. It'll visually look like they're still poisoned, but they won't take the damage of the second one. First one rules on poison, yes. The first poison instance is the poison. So for instance, if you play poison, if you play poison the spell that only lasts 10 seconds, and then you play AQR, the poison spell damage will end when it's supposed to end, and AQR poison indicator will stay. That person will stay purple, but they'll stop taking damage. And then the opposite way, if you're AQR and you play poison, nothing really happens. Now, previously, you could extend the purple, but I'm not sure. I like Astro for critters, but rats not quickly. Astro for critters? Well, I like the rats for the critter too, though. You get like a free stack and you still have 3 rats coming at them. I don't hate that. I really don't think anybody should play critters, though. Unless you're on the Adventure Lock team, which is like our only option, is going to be to hope to God they don't remove our critters when he gets stacked. Because we're going to have Nelly. We're going to have level 7 rats. We're going to have critters. And then some of us will have like a level 5 or 6 super fart, because you can just request super fart. Oh, and Terrence Mephisto. We'll have Terrence Mephisto. But actually, when I'm looking at this, I have visitors base level 4. Or like, not base level 4, like almost to level 5, and I have 200 of them. A lot of us have visitors leveled from that battle pass. I wouldn't mind going visitors level 4. But they'll just get removed anyway, so you're right, Terrence Mephisto's a good idea. Too much risk, you'll accidentally remove Grand Wizard Cartman or something. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna fuck up, and you're gonna remove your mecha or something. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in building a TVT deck that just has the least points of failure. And Critters is a high point of failure. Even when you're doing well with them, you might get him charged up, and then you kill a Kenny, you kill Cyborg Kenny, and then you kill your whole team, or you just get AQR'd and just die eventually, and you just killed all your people to just die eventually. And then transmog or something. You steal like 10 energy of stuff from your own team, and you get transmogged and die. Terrible. Terrible. Test all you want, but I'm never wrong. I'm pretty sure I explained to you how it worked way back in the day, and this is just you misremembering. Because I mean, that's absolutely how it works with shields, so why would it be different for poison? It makes more sense that it works exactly like shields do. Yeah, never speak in absolutes. That's something that me and Pegs learn in the IT world. You never, when they're like, oh, is this gonna fix it? You don't say, yes, absolutely. You say, it should. It should. It looks like it. It looks like it's going to. It should. Yep, it should. What we did should fix it. Yes, you're right. You are correct, sir. Should fix it. Pegs knows what I'm talking about. Our testing says it will. Well, it tested fine for us. All right, let's get into the bread and butter, the meat and potatoes, the developer update. We'll see if there's anything fancy this week. This week, Tuesday through Thursday, we have a continued, I guess we have a continued Mr. Hat thing. But today the event is still going. But tomorrow we'll celebrate this new edition with a token event. Okay, so a token event for Commander Hat. There'll be solo and team path. We'll see if the team packs are still super high. Yeah, still 30K for those team packs. They did not listen to the community. I didn't think it was difficult at all. I think people underestimate how many tokens they collect over the weekend. Our last update was negatively affected the user experience. Tomorrow we'll continue to celebrate this new, I already read that. Chaos mode is Luck of the Irish. All cards that involve luck will cost 2 less energy points. Oh, that's interesting. So any like random card. So I wonder if Slave counts for that. Because Slave is technically... No, Slave isn't a proc, is it? Hey, Bacon or Burst. I don't think you'd consider Slave's ability a proc. But like a proc is... So if you don't know... So it's a weird terminology and people use it interchangeably. But proc, P-R-O-C, is a legitimate programming thing. It's a legitimate thing within game dev. It's called programmed random occurrence. That mostly is a thing in like World of Warcraft where you have, or an MMO where you have a set of armor that when you get the full set of armor, it gives you this ability where 15% of the time you can dodge an ability. So when that 15% chance hits, that's called hitting the proc, hitting the programmed random occurrence, and you call it procking. Like it's called procced, like that thing procced. So a lot of people consider they don't know that that's actually what that word means, and they use proc to just mean any ability triggering. So when slaves heal triggers, people say that procs the trigger. When enrage happens, some people might say enrage gets procced. When in general, it's not actually a programmed random occurrence because it's not random. It's like it's a specific thing. But you might consider slaves heal to be somewhat random. So that'd be interesting to see if they include that. But there's no true procs in this game. There's like Warboy's ability procs, I guess, a random occurrence. So I guess you could consider that. So, but the cards that would for sure be counted would be the tweak. So Robin tweak because it hits somebody random. Hook hand Clyde because it hits somebody random. Outlaw hit somebody random. I guess Garrison, President Garrison would count. Don't be confused with Crocs, exactly. 3 cost President Garrison, yeah, that's pretty good. Hook hand, 1 cost. Alien Clyde, yeah. Call Girl, probably. Cock Magic, yeah, probably. Imp, yeah, Imp for sure would count. But then you'd also have Warboy tweak, obviously, because that's a random amount of time. Wonder tweak isn't random. I'd love to see a card that had like a random charge ability where you use the charge ability and like one of 3 things would happen. Like the guy's like a confused person or something. I don't know what South Park character would fit to that, but he doesn't know he doesn't know what ability he's gonna use, so it just uses whichever one. Adventure tweak, yeah, outlaw. I said outlaw earlier. I think we hit all of them. Cock magic I wouldn't have thought of. I think we hit all of them. Is there any other random card in any random spell? I don't think so. Hyperdrive's a set amount, freezes set amount. Yeah, that's I like that one. I like the ones where it's like a weird thing, like all the cards that have plants in them, or all the cards that the characters died in a season or something. I don't know, something like that. But we still have that 30k points. We have Dragon Slayer Red event this weekend. The legendary card will be a guaranteed win for anyone who finishes. So guaranteed DSR this weekend. So make sure you finish up these 1,200 points for the, is it token collection? What'd they say? A mission event. Okay, so, and that's an extended mission event. So it starts on Friday. Don't they always start on Friday? Weird. Or Cry or Death Wish. Oh yeah, wait, wouldn't Paladin's Death Wish, wouldn't he be 0 cost then? Dude, would Paladin be 0 cost? That would be fucking legendary. Friday to Monday? Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, Space Warrior's not random. He's the nearest enemy. Yeah. Yeah. That'll be the day the game breaks. Paladin is not random. Oh, that's right. Paladin's just closest. Paladin should be random. It should be randomly like 3 units or something. Give him a reason to get played. Shields 3 random units when he dies. I think that would be better, right? Discord, as always. The Commander Hat bug. They already know about it, so that's good. Seems they will continue to focus on an enemy once they've died, not letting up until they complete death animation. We're already working. Like, that cannot have possibly been tested. Because that is so clear. Ooh, Sorceress Leanne, that's one we didn't think of. I think that would count. She's random. But she's not really worth it at 2, like for challenge mode, she's level 2 and it's what, 3 units? Like there's just too many. It's just not enough. Not enough. And when the units she's gonna bring are like, yeah, it's just, I don't think that's gonna work out. I don't think she's gonna be played. Network interference bans. Ooh. Okay. As some of you may be aware, there were a handful of bans and warnings sent out last week relating to reading or tampering with network traffic. We did not expect the 19 ban. There was only 19 bans to make much of a riffle, but instead they created a bit of a splash. So we thought we should clarify things for those who are worried they might be next. I believe the main reason for the confusion was that people thought we were banning just for using any third-party tools or websites, which is untrue. The truth is that we didn't realize at first that the tools worked by interfering with network traffic to the extent that they did. Up until now, tools such as deck trackers have existed in a gray area. They do provide useful information, but they get that information by digging into parts of the game that aren't technically allowed to be dug into. Now that the game is becoming more secure, those gray areas are being brought into light, and they must be changed for our work to continue. Any tool with which reads or messes with the network, deck trackers, or connects to the server without a client, e.g. bots, we will block. Associated accounts may be banned as punishment. We know that many of you use these programs for very understandable reasons, which is why we're working to provide safe official alternatives, such as the Timor's cap management change. Okay, that's fair. We will also continue to work on boosting our game security. We want the game to be as safe and secure as possible, and we know that you all want to too. If you have, okay, so to clarify this isn't the team manager that Lucky Penguin runs. This is the deck tracker that he runs, which I never ran myself because I always did think it was a bit of an unfair advantage. What it does is it tracks the enemy's energy, so you know how much energy they have at any point in time. It also tracks their deck, and it will either pull it. I think two things could happen. It can pull the deck and it will know what deck they have just naturally, or it'll just like tell you the cycle. So like after they play every card one time, you'll know what cards will be in the deck. It'll pop up on the screen, and you'll be able to know what the cycle is and stuff. So I can't disagree with them wanting to remove that, because if you're playing against somebody that's running that, you're at a very big disadvantage, because they have perfect energy tracking and they would know your deck and your cycle too. So I get that. The team manager, however, I don't know, like if you look at this, it says they provide information, but they get that information by digging into parts of the game that aren't technically allowed. I think that Lucky kind of runs through an API, and the API is kind of accepted as like usable, sort of. So I think the team manager is fine, the one that shows your caps, all that kind of stuff. But then she comes down in here and says, we're looking for safe official alternatives such as the Timor's cap management change. So I think there might be some people that were doing, maybe they built a tool that did it in an improper way. I know there were other people that had built tools too. So if you run the deck tracker, I would stop, obviously. If you're running the team manager tools, I don't think you should worry about it. I think that'll be just fine. I don't think they're gonna bother with that. That gives you no advantage over any other team. That a spreadsheet doesn't give you the same advantage, right? So I don't think there's any, and I don't think they're gonna crack down on that at all. So I heard Penguin patched his tracker to be undetected though. I mean, I'm sure there's always a way to detect it. What's going on to 30,000 points? Last week I assumed it was an error, but now it's happening again. It's ridiculous. I mean, all my teams made it without problem. Did anybody's team not finish that? Incredibly unsatisfying response, Toller. Your post itself says that your team basically had no idea if the deck tracker was good to go or not. No. And you just decided out of the blue one morning that no, we don't like it anymore, and went ahead and started waving the ban hammer. Okay, well, the moment you used it, whether they condoned it or not is beside the point. The moment you used it, they can say that all they want. It doesn't remove the terms and conditions. It doesn't amend the terms and conditions. So they could say, oh, the deck tracker is good, and then find out that, oh, it's not, and every single one of you have been voiding the terms and conditions this whole time. And I mean, it's not a permanent ban. If it was a permanent ban, you guys could, this would be a real issue. But it's a ban that says, hey, stop using it. If you don't stop using it, you will get banned. But as of right now, it's a 1 week ban. It's unfortunate for their teams if it affected them in Team Wars. I didn't see that it affected any of the top teams, so no top teams were using it. And only 19 people got banned, she said, so it can't be that big of a deal. 30K for a midweek event, but it's 3 days, though. It's 3 days, not 2 days. Or wait, which one are we talking about? Yeah, it's 3 days. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's quite a long time. It's quite a long time. I really don't think for a mobile game like this, I don't really think a lot of people are playing more on the weekend than they do necessarily during the week. Like, obviously they're going to play for the event a little more, but most people are probably still playing roughly the same every day. What's up, Silius? What's up, Sleight of Hand? What's up, Thag? What's up, Wally? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Awesome MD's here as well. But yeah, I think I don't know, 30. It didn't seem difficult for any of my teams. And in the first day, somebody on my team had 2,000 points already. I mean, if you do locker limit, that's fucking 10 points a win. Like, that's a fuck ton. All you need is a couple people to be overactive players, and most teams have 1 or 2 of them. Then you don't get the final pack. Exactly. Exactly. You guys complain about how hard it is to get it, and then when you get it, you complain that it wasn't worth it. It's like, well, then you know it's not worth it. Then why do you struggle? You don't have to struggle. It's a token collection event. If you just play a pack a day, you get pretty fucking far into it. Or if you play your 4-hour packs, you get points for winning. You get points for the lockers, which if you can watch more ads to get more lockers on losses. So you can, every day you can lose 5 games and still get 200 points from lockers and get lucky. So what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I promise all of you I'm continuing to log feedback about the point total changes with the team. I mean, they'll probably lower it because people are bitching, but like, I don't think they need to. Toller, could you keep us updated about Garrison? Like, maybe set the bot to give us the info when it's done. The bot? What? What bot? It's essential for a Team Wars pick. It's not going to get fixed this week. I can tell you that much. Most likely, this is what I'm going to say. From my software knowing experience, there is no fucking way in the world that this wouldn't have gotten noticed in testing, which means one thing. They knew it existed. They rolled it out anyway. They've been working on trying to fix it since they rolled it out. And they can't figure it out. Most likely. Hey, Markcraft, welcome. Yes, exclamation point card to join in on the giveaway. We're doing a giveaway for one of these physical South Park cards. There's a lot to choose from. Whoever wins gets to choose which one, and it'll get sent right to their door. COVID free. Maybe it means the official announcement, so that server channel that follows. Maybe, yeah. Change the midweek event requirements. You can't have a 30K team pack middle of the week. I think you can. Some people probably play it more during the week than the weekend. Like, there's probably legitimately people who play it at work and who don't play it on the weekend. I think people misunderstand the 30K team packs. If you consider it unfair, then the pack is simply not for you. Now, don't get me wrong. The pack is still absolute trash. However, it's your choice if you want to grind for it. Don't think the 30K is worth it. Don't sweat it. Super fucking simple. You can still get epics from the first 2 packs. Just because it's the midweek, it doesn't mean it should be easier for you. You may think that, but clearly Red Leagues doesn't. Also, sitting in anticipation of whatever old issue Scott will bring up this week. Thanks for the post, gonads. You want to make your game much more save, okay? So are you going to do something with hackers and D-rankers? I don't think D-rankers isn't in the same conversation at all. If you look at the token collection event totals and compare it to the mission event, and it makes no sense. Well, I'll agree to that. Like, just in the fact, like, when you look at the missions, and here's what I'll say. When you look at the missions, I have to complete the missions. Like, unless I get a play PvP or win or whatever, I have to do something to complete those missions, right? So when I'm done with the mission event, it's a little less likely that I'm going to continue to get mission points. I just might fucking forget to go back to that screen and open them up, even if I do finish them. But when it comes to token collection events, if you're playing, you're getting tokens. If you're winning, you're getting tokens. If you're opening PvP packs, you're getting tokens. So even if you finish your packs or your team on the first day, if you play at all day 2 or 3, you're still getting tokens. You're still getting stuff for the team. So I think people underestimate. They finish the game, they finish it like first day maybe, and they think, oh, like we're not gonna do it, but they don't realize like over 3 days it does add up. Like obviously the teams that only have like 20, 30, 40 people in them, those might struggle real hard. And that's kind of the idea of team events, is to only be able to complete them if you have a good fucking team, right? And to an extent, I'm glad they're doing stuff like this, because they just made the battle pass less grindy. So already there's going to be less people playing because people play less to get the battle pass. So there's got to be reasons to grind, or else people will forget to come play. And if people forget to come play for a week, then they'll never play again. Like that's a legitimate thing in mobile gaming, is that if you don't get them coming back consistently, they will literally forget about the game. Some people will, like, we're not talking about, anybody here isn't going to do that, but we're talking about casuals who play maybe once a day, once a week, drop $5 here and there. The actual people that fund games like this, the hapless individuals that there's hundreds of thousands of them spending $5, not 20, spending 20,000, you know what I mean? But those, obviously those teams are going to struggle. But if you're a full team of 50, shouldn't really be hard. Hat is interesting, but I definitely won't be grinding a mission of weekend event. Okay. Camel Chaser sums this up brilliantly. As one of the 19 affected, it was my first offense and I was banned for a week. That is the first offense. What's your first offense? A warning? No, you don't get a warning. When you're doing something, like it doesn't matter it doesn't matter what they said, doesn't matter if it was okay for 2 years. It doesn't matter. At this point, they have the mechanism to catch you, to track it, which is probably what they were waiting on. And now they can actually see, oh, these guys are messing with traffic. We can ban these accounts. And they banned you for a week. Some games would have banned you forever. Some games, those accounts would be gone. You understand that, right? You understand that in some games, your 3,000 hours or however long you've played, gone in an instant, because you decided to use a fucking third-party tool that wasn't within the realm of the game's stuff. Like, you accidentally raped someone and the judge let you off with a warrant. Yeah, I didn't realize it was murder. I didn't realize it. I didn't know I was stealing. I thought it was just there. Oh, this motorcycle on the street wasn't for free? I didn't know that. In Pokemon Go, you'd be banned forever. Exactly. Yeah, it's like ignorance is not an excuse in legal terms, and terms and conditions is a legal contract that you basically sign every time you click accept at the beginning when fucking Randy or Jerry or whoever the fuck it is, Gerald, whoever it is, pops up at the beginning there with that piece of paper that says, hey bitch, sign this fucking piece of paper, the one that you never read. Gonads rapes his socks. Stop saying rape. I feel weird. Last time somebody said rape, they got banned for a week. The feature provided by these programs should be available in the game already. No. If you're talking about the team manager, maybe I could agree with you there. But most games do have an outside thing. Like Destiny has Destiny Item Manager. That's third party. That's way better. That's way better than the one they have. Like they have an in-game version and it's just way better. But absolutely not should you know your opponent's energy and deck. Absolutely not. Like that's like saying playing blackjack where you can see the dealer's hand is the same fucking game. What up, Fryer? Yet there aren't any third-party developers makes this in his spare time for free. Yeah, not the deck tracker. Red Links decided to ban some users, then send a message to say that you understand the frustration, but from now on the tools aren't allowed. I mean, I don't know how it worked. Maybe that was the only people they could track. Maybe everybody else who used it used a VPN because they're not a fucking moron. Maybe if you're gonna cheat, you should be a little better at it. Tokens are way easier to earn than mission event points, and mission event points are pretty easy to earn as it is. Yeah, exactly. Fucking doctors on my side. I was not for the energy tracking. It was for ability to play on an Android. Yeah, I mean, that's fair too, but it was coupled with the deck tracker, right? So that's like saying, oh, I bought a car and only the wheels were stolen. The rest of it was legit, but he stole the wheels and the rims, the stereo. Why do you punish valuable community members? You are driving the game's player base away. No, it was 19 people and they shouldn't have been using that thing. Do you notice the majority of feedback comments are not positive? Well, that's just the nature of feedback and comments. Like that's not indicative of anything. That's just the human nature, you dummy. You're only staying alive by feeding off the wallets of new players. That's not true. There's a lot of old players still spending money. I will say though, I saw a level 5 Henrietta the other day, floored me. Did you know deck tracker is the only option to play iOS and PC? I mean, that's fair, but technically they don't condone playing BlueStacks at all. Like they do not support that. They do not condone it. If you ask them support about it, they'll tell you to fuck off. Like they do not support that. So why the fuck would you then think that they would support a third party? And that's BlueStacks. That's a legitimate fucking program. And you think that they would as a result support you running a deck tracker that sure it lets you play iOS on PC, but it also does that other shit. What? Like is this you're acting like this is their fault. Like they should have a mechanism to play iOS on PC. What the fuck are you talking about? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Hi Toller, thanks for the update. Just here to insist that mission events need to be revamped. I made posts about it in the past, and for what it's worth, I stand by them. I really don't enjoy the current mission events on the point amounts. So please continue re-forwarding the same feedback or the other hot topic. While I agree that some things can be improved and there may be some miscommunication going on as well, I also know that you're a warrior, so stay well. Cheers. I don't hate the current mission events. I feel like they could mix them up though. Like it could be something better than just like play girls, play boys, play adults, play adventure, kill adventure. Like they could really mix it up. Like they could legitimately say, put Terrence and win 2 games with Terrence and Phillip in your deck or something, like force people to kind of mix up their decks a little bit more, which is kind of the idea of those. In a lot of other games, that's the idea of these daily missions. Like Rocket Arena has daily missions where you just play with different people, just to force people to play with different people. Like that's it. You can't say Godads. That's so funny. But events should be comparable. For the mission event, you need 21 players to complete the solo portion. To complete the team part for the token events, you need 60 players to complete the solo portion to the team event. I do want to respond to this guy. Okay. I'm confused. Oh shit, we skipped a page. Wait. It's too damn high. Okay, I agree. I was not affected because I never used the tool, but agree they should have been giving a warning. This is their warning. What do people not understand about a 1-week ban being the exact same as a warning? If I commit a fucking misdemeanor, I still get fucking booked and put in jail for a little bit. I still might have to serve some fucking community service or pay a fine or something. I don't just get a warning because it was my first fucking misdemeanor. What you did was a big fucking deal. It's not it's not a name. There's people who got banned for a week because their name. And you think fucking with the network traffic, you're gonna get a fucking warning? Are you a goddamn lunatic? What the fuck? What are you talking about? If you want parity, there it is. There it is. You want them to be transparent and do the same and be level across the board? Well, there it is. 1 week banned for something small. How'd that lollipop get there? Ridiculous. Some people got a warning, some people got banned. I don't know if that's true. Is that true? I've been banned for longer, for less. Beastman knows what's up. Beastman, welcome back. Extra upgrades for top 3 donation members of a team. What? What's the point of being any of the top 3 donators in a team or event? Donating when you're max level except to help your teammates. It's to help your teammates. That's exactly why. I've always said that they should have increased new kid level, not increased stats, but increased new kid level cosmetically as just like a judge of how upgraded your account is, basically. And then a lot of the whales would be like just battling to get their cards upgraded, all their commons and their rares to level 7 just to be the highest level, you know? I have screenshots to prove it. A lot of people got a warning instead. Maybe they didn't use it, or maybe they used it. Maybe there's like, they used it longer, you know? Maybe some of those people were using it to just play on iOS or whatever, and that was worse. Or maybe that's better, or maybe that's worse. Maybe playing iOS on Android is actually worse, or on PC is actually worse than just tracking the deck. I don't know. But yeah, it's only 19 bans, and then a bunch of people didn't get banned. I mean, you can't, at that point, you can't pick and choose about, they had some criteria on who they banned and who they didn't, and who they gave warnings to. Perhaps that guy was banned before. Perhaps you could make an argument that if it was a different reason, it wouldn't be like the same, you know, but who knows? But I don't know, maybe does he mean upgrade points? But I do agree there should, I would like to see like a weekly, like a reward for the top in your event, and like for the team in your event, and for upgrades every week. So just like maybe like a little pack, maybe like something like a free pack or something like that, but for 1, 2, and 3, and then something in like the team event. So give people a reason to grind it up. Like all games like this, you want people to have a reason to grind. Like those, that's why they do the leaderboards. I bet you there's an ungodly amount of people that play for those leaderboards. You'd be surprised. Yeah, even mats. In other games, there's like levels of severity, right? And then multiple. Is there like soft levels? Well, you can get banned. No, well, no, it's just pretty much you just get banned from PvP. Like you can still open the game, you can still play PvE, you could still request cards, I think. You could still talk to your teammates, I think. You can still do everything, but you can't play any games. So you couldn't get your caps, you couldn't do stuff like that. A random loot box, yeah. But because in World War Do, yeah, that's true. You can get chat banned. That is a separate thing. You can get chat banned where you can't talk in chat, in-game chat. That is a separate, like, so you could get both, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, it depends on, I don't know if you get banned from PvP, if they'd automatically banned you from chat or not, I don't know. I would assume they would. Like, it just seems natural. But I think, in World War Do, they have a weekly clan chest, and the way it works is it's like, you get 250 wins or whatever it is, like 250 points. You just get the points from winning, and there's but what's in the chest depends on how many wins you have. So if you have the top 3 wins, you get a better chest than the people who have the second top, you know, the 3, 4, 5s get a better chest than 5, 6, 7, whatever. So you have an incentive to play more than your teammates, because then you get a better card. Or the teammates could be like, hey, you know, win a couple more because I don't need these, you could get them, win a couple more, you take it, that kind of thing. That's not the right way to de-escalate this situation. This all sounds like we are the boo-boo players that made a big mistake. You were. You were. The moment you give your credentials to a third-party service, you are at risk. You made a risk. You put yourself and your account at risk. There's no other way to, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Technically, if you log into the team manager, you also are technically putting your thing at risk. Now, is one a little bit less risk than the other? Of course. But absolutely, you risked your account you risked your full account, banned forever, by doing this. And that's why I never advertised the deck tracker. I never even really talked about it on stream, because I didn't really want you guys to go trying it out, because one, I felt like it was always kind of cheating, and two, it's a mistake to use something like that, especially knowing Red Lynx's history on how they ban stuff. Like, if you're banned forever, you're banned forever. There's no appealing that. You're done. Or else Lucky's stuff would have been back already. I have street cred now that I've been banned from a game. LOL. You got banned from Marvel Strike Force because I hurt someone's feeling. That's really funny. Were you talking shit in global chat or something? I don't know if you've noticed, but comments in this dev update get more and more toxic every week. I gotta say, I've been doing this for over a year, and they have not gotten any worse, and they have not gotten any better. I promise you that. Like I said, do something against your shrinking player base. The player base, there's no evidence that the player base is shrinking, actually. 30k points for an event is too much. Meh. Banning people, I mean, they had to do what they had to do. Not the right way. Nerfing rewards. They never really nerfed the rewards. Making false promises. I don't know what they're talking about there. Server side 20 to 18. It's not a false like, at some point, if I make a promise, but then later on I find out that promise is actually impossible. It's actually impossible to do. If I come back and say, sorry guys, we can't do that, did I truly make a false promise? Or I shouldn't have fucking promised that. Like, I didn't, like, making a false promise implies that you did it knowingly. Like, you knew that when you said, yeah, we'll do server side, you knew that you weren't ever gonna, a false promise is intentional. It's intentional. So, I mean, if you just find out, oh, you can't do that. That happens all the time in IT. You tell some fucking BA, they're like, hey, can you do this? You're like, oh yeah, of course. Then you look in the code base and you realize, oh boy, I can't fucking do that. I could have done that if I was the one that built this, but you said you should see the shit in here. I would have to rewrite this. I would have to override that and extend that and override the whole system that how it's set up now. And in order to do that, you'd have to also change the back end so that the back end actually communicates with it, because we just changed the whole thing. No, you don't do that shit. When you're 3 years into a game, you don't rewrite shit. You don't refactor shit. The game is there, and unless you get some dynamite motherfucker coming in, most likely the people building the game right now aren't even the same people that built it. You think the same people are working at Red Lynx 3 years later, and you think those same people, when the community manager isn't even the fucking same person? Toller is the only person, I bet, who's been here since pretty much day one. Not a single developer was there since day one. So half of their fucking day is spent trying to figure out what the fuck those guys from Helsinki were writing 6 months ago, 6 years ago. Who fucking knows how long ago? A game like this, it's probably in development for a couple years before it goes live. She wasn't, she was hired. Well, there you go. Fucking Toller wasn't even there. So yeah. Well, good for Happy Gilm. Oh my God. Yeah, it's just so silly to think that you can just make a change. Like, maybe they had the means to it at one point, and then maybe that guy that was gonna do it quit and they couldn't replace him. Red Lynx is a small studio, so they got a couple dynamite dudes, and then they got a couple dudes that those dynamite dudes make okay, like they like them as people, and so they kind of pick up the slack for them. Let's see what reason you give me this week for giving me a strike and deleting my comments. LOL, probably because you're being a cocksucker. I got a strike once though, because I called Scott a potato. I said it pretty cleverly too, so. This 3,000 is too high. Most teams don't have 50 members, so I agree that it should adjust based on your player members or something. Like it should adjust somehow. Like maybe if you only have 45 players in your team, but like you can develop relationships with other people on other teams so that when they're done with their teams, they'll come to your team and grind on your team. It's too damn high. 2,500 is too high. I don't know. If it's 300 again, how about helping us out at least double lockers? It seems like if my lockers are full of collection stickers, I agree to that. I agree to that. And the argument would be that the event packs that you're opening are gonna be more than you'd get from the lockers, but I don't think that's really true, because I could get 3 lockers that are just 3 tokens, 5 tokens, 3 tokens, and now yeah, those would have been 5 coins, 3 PvP tickets, and 1 bronze, but like that adds up over 45 lockers, you know? So I definitely think that you should have the ability to like stop collecting them if you want, but I guess you just finish the fucking event and then you'll stop, I guess. I'm with Ubitoler, no external programs. Yeah, fuck them. Fuck them. Which was never a point of contention. It's the banning without warning and then getting combative with the community. How is she getting combative? Are you fucking stoned? How's she getting combative? What the fuck about that? She's Canadian. She doesn't have a combative bone in her body, literally. She's not allowed guns. Whatever old issue, don't start. Old issues are brought up because nothing gets fixed. Nothing gets fixed? What about the like 15 bugs they fixed recently? And we get no communication from the higher ups about anything. A bug was reported and there's literally communication in it in this update, Scott. Literally this update. You fucking idiot. You're the dumbest human being I've ever met. Please raise new kid level to add more story. That's not very gonna happen. Sorry. Sorry. Hey, Troll, I suggest 50,000 total team points for the next event. I like this guy. Missing events are the worst. Every mission repeats after it ends. Boring. I mean, if it's over, why do you keep going back there? So we can't complete the team event again? And I just win some battles to re-rank only to lose 8. Who cares about how much elo you fucking lose? You're gonna bounce around up 100, 200. You lose like 50 every time you win a match, lose a match. Every time, like, what the fuck, dude? This guy cares every time he loses. Does he see? He must be D-ranked so far that he only loses once in a blue moon. And when he does, it's fucking, it just scots his day. God, it just fucks up. I think I would literally slap him harder than those people in those slap games, you know? I would challenge him to a duel, and like old school where I'd slap him with the gloves. Like that's me challenging him to the duel, would be slapping him with the gloves, but I would slap him so hard with the gloves that I wouldn't need to duel him, you know what I'm saying? I just want more call girl missions. They really missed the boat with those call girl missions. They could have had those be a daily mission. They fucked that up. But now they're doing daily events, so I guess it's like, it's not bad. Doesn't work properly on anything. What are you fucking talking about? Oh, other teammates of mine said it was working correctly on iOS. Don't have Apple price. What are you fucking talking about? Doing 0 damage for a second after. Yeah, that's reported. Bro, you're reporting. Bro, you are reporting the issue she said she talked about in the update. Do you even read them or come here and spit vitriol? How do you spell vitriol? That's definitely how you spell vitriol. What? There no E? Bullshit. Bullshit. There's no E in vitriol. What? That's news to me. Me asking him if he wears his pants on his head is asking him if he's retarded. Because, like, that's pants on your head retarded, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. But if I called him that on the forums, I'd probably get banned. So we can't complete blah, blah, blah. Me too, lag cheaters make the game frustrating and unenjoyable. Shame they ruined it for non-cheaters, but they did. I don't think that external programs are the lag cheaters, bro. By the way, hat boost doesn't seem to work correctly on Android. Can you confirm it's supposed to remain as long as hat is alive? As long as the enemy target's alive. And hat. If hat dies, it also stops. Not sure if I missed it before you started going through it, but I enjoyed last week's rundown of TBT choices. Have you done that yet or plan to? Yeah, we already did that. We did that right before this. The order usually goes, we talk about last week, go through the points and stuff. We watch last week's games. We go through the deck choices. Then we go through the update that we're doing now. Well, we're on the last part, which is the forum updates. What is it? What are you guys talking about? In addition to the points, the changes to the battle pass have been absurd. What? What? What's bad about the battle pass? It takes less time to do it now. Also, my team and I believe that Henrietta likely has a disproportionate drop rate. Does she drop at the same rate as the other legendaries? In the past, I've seen 2 Psalm, 3 Medusas, but 8 Henriettas. Henrietta has not been out for a year, has she? Oh well, yeah. There's a catch-up mechanism. So any card that you have at a lower level, you technically have a better chance to drop it. Which is funny considering you never sound sober. LOL. LOL. It's not D-ranking above 8k. Try to get good, motherfucker. It works. If you can't beat level 5 legends, you don't deserve to hit 8.5. Yeah, well, shame those level 5 legends are sitting sub 8k then. Not all of them. Not all of them. Not all of them. There's no escaping D-ranking. Yeah, you can't stop. You can't. It's so stupid. Like, you can give people a floor. That makes sense. Is that true about the catch-up mechanism? Yeah, that's why you'll see. That's why I already have level 4 critters, and I already have level 5 Furkle. It's not like across the board for everybody necessarily, but if you have like every other card kind of leveled up already. The floor's pumping the extra elo at the top. So yeah, the floor. Yeah, so the way they do the floor is really stupid. I don't like the way they do it, but it's kind of inevitable. Champion Strike does something similar, but what Champion Strike does is there's no. There's no arbitrary inflation of elo as you lose, because as I lose elo, I still go down in elo, and the enemy still goes up in elo. And my elo gets lost in the system, but my overall matchmaking level doesn't change. So if let's just make it easy. I'm at 2000 and I D-rank. I could D-rank all the way to 400, 500, 200. I can D-rank all the way down. It doesn't stop me, but I still match up with people that are about 1800, right? That's like my floor. I'll still match up with people at 1800, but I'm down at 400, which means I get the rewards at 400. In that game, they scale. So I'm getting the rewards at rank 4. I'm getting the event rewards at rank 4. I'm getting the card options at rank 4. I'm getting the chests of rank 4, which is dog shit. But I'm still fighting the people up at 2800 who are still taking my elo It's just dropping me down even further. And so when I climb back up, I'm feeding elo back up to the top people, not feeding elo up back through my ranks, if that makes sense. So it overall, it doesn't actually add elo to the overall structure, because that elo gets destroyed when you go down anyway. You don't like the floor, but you